Some people think that if you're going to go hiking or climbing, you need a pair of hiking boots. This could not be further from the truth. In fact, I'll tell you a fun story. When I first moved to Colorado in 1993 from New York City, I had gotten invited to go on a climb up a 14,000-foot mountain outside of Boulder, Colorado. And the only shoes that I had were a pair of running shoes. And people said, well, you can't do that. You need hiking boots, and you're going to sprain something or hurt something or break something or step in something horrible, or I don't know what they thought. But suffice it to say, they were aghast that I didn't have a big, thick, chunky pair of boots to wear on this hike. Well, suffice it to say, I was completely fine. I had no problems going up a 14,000-foot mountain, except for the fact that once you get over about 12,000 feet, every 2 steps you take, you need to take a break. But in terms of the biomechanics and how my legs felt and how my feet moved and the grip that I had and the traction that I had, everything was totally fine. In fact, think about this. The reason that most people say you need boots is because of the ankle support. Well, the only reason you need ankle support is because the boots have a really stiff sole. So if you think about it, if you step on something pointy with a really stiff sole, it's going to make your entire foot shift. It's going to make your ankle unstable, and then you need stability because of the fact that the boot sole is so stiff that it made you unstable to begin with. So in a pair of running shoes, I didn't have that same instability issue. The sole was more flexible, and my ankles had no problem. Well, fast forward to 2016, which it is right now when I'm making this video, and what I can tell you is if you want to have even more fun, you can go hiking in a pair of sandals. Yes, sandals. Some people think that you can only use sandals for flat surfaces or easy surfaces or for boating or for paddling, but I can assure you that you can go hiking in a pair of sandals. We have thousands of people who have climbed tens of thousands of mountains in zero shoes, for example. And one of the things that you get when you're hiking in sandals that you don't get in shoes or in boots is freedom. Your feet are free to feel everything around you. You have this incredible sense of connecting with the world that you're walking on and around because your feet aren't all wrapped up in a pair of shoes or boots. The other advantage this gives you is that you don't get all sweaty inside of your boots or inside of your shoes, which can be a real problem if you're hiking in cold weather. That sweat can freeze and make your feet frostbite, and in hot weather, that sweat just builds up and creates, well, aside from bacteria and odor, it also makes your feet slippery. And so, in fact, wait, hold on. You can barely see it. This couple in the video, there we go. That's Mel and John. Mel is the woman, Melissa. That's them at the end of a 50-mile race in a pair of sandals. And one time they did this 256K race across Madagascar. And everyone in a pair of sandals, in a pair of zero shoes. And people were saying, well, where are your actual shoes? They said, well, these sandals, that's what we're wearing. The people who ran in shoes, their feet got wet and moist, and they were in socks as well, and so they got a lot of rubbing and horizontal movement and friction. At the end of the race, they had massive blisters, skin peeling off their feet, toenails that were black and falling off. Mel and John, completely fine. So I can assure you that sandals are a great choice. In fact, with zero shoes, and we'll talk about this more in a second, it's an even better choice, I think, because the sole is so flexible. You get natural movement. You get barefoot-like movement, so your foot can grip and bend and flex, and you're using your foot in addition to the highly grippy sole that we put on the bottom of these things. So hiking in a pair of zero shoes is a wonderful experience. We have thousands and thousands of people who've climbed tens of thousands of mountains, including a lot of the 14,000-foot mountains in Colorado, in a pair of zero shoes without a problem.